Hey everybody, we're back for math and we are going to do lesson 4.7 today. I'm going to start because yesterday I talked about something called a number line. Have you ever heard of one before? My number line's kind of big. You can't see it really well all in one frame. But what a number line does is it's just a piece of paper with numbers written in order. Sometimes when we compare numbers like we're going to do today, there aren't items, there's just numbers. And if in your mind you can't remember which one is smaller and which one is bigger, a number line would really help you. So mom or dad, you could just on a piece of paper write the numbers from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10 so that when friends look at the number line, it's easy for them to see which one comes first, so which one is less, or which one comes later, which one is greater. Whew, lots of witches there. Well, let's do an example. I'm going to start with just from 0 to 5 here because you can see that in the screen. If I were to compare the numbers 2 and 4, can you find 2 and 4 on my number line? 2 and 4. Whichever comes first in our number line means that's the smallest number. And whichever number comes second would mean that would be the greatest number. So if I'm comparing 2 and 4, think of it this way. If I had 2 pieces of bacon and 4 pieces of bacon, which one would you rather have? If you like bacon, that is. Which one would you rather have? You'd rather have 4 because it's more. So 2 would be less than 4, or 4 is greater than 2. Let's try another one. We'll use the numbers 1 to 6. Let's compare the numbers 1 and 6. What do you know about 1 and 6? Which number is less? Or which one is the smallest? 1. 1 would be less. 6 is greater. It has more. Let's go ahead and get started on our lesson. Again, mom or dad, it might help friends if they have a number line in front of them today because there will not be any objects. There are just going to be numbers. Let's get started on page 217 in our math workbook. Boys and girls, when we look at the numbers 7 and 8, we know that 7 is less than 8 or 7 is greater than 8. Which one do you think it is? Is 7 less than 8 or 7 greater than 8? 7 is less than 8. If we're looking at it on our number line, 7 comes first. So 7 is smaller than 8. Let's talk about 8. Is 8 less than 7 or 8 is greater than 7? If you said 8 is greater than 7, you are correct. Okay, we're going to go on to our next page. And remember, these are just going to be numbers today. So there's no drawing on here at all. We're just going to compare the numbers. And on this page, we are going to try and find the numbers that are greater. All of them, we're looking for greater. So we have row 1, row 2. So we're just going to compare the numbers on each row. So if we're comparing 3 and 8, they told us that 8 is greater, so we circle the number 8. 10 and 5, which one is greater? 10. 10 is greater. How about 6 and 4? Do you know which one is greater? If you said 6, you are correct. How about 7 and 9? Which one is greater? 9. 9 is the greatest. It is the biggest number. And on number 5, compare those two numbers 10 and 8. Which one is greater? 10. 10 is the greatest. Very good. If you did well on that, you are understanding how to compare numbers. And I hope you know the difference when we use terms like less or smallest. We know that there are other words that can describe what we're talking about when we're comparing numbers. So on this page, we're going to find the smallest number, or the number that is the least amount. So let's compare 2 and 4. Which one is the smallest number? 2. 2 is smaller. Remember we just did that? 2 and 4. When we compare, I said if you had some bacon, you'd want 4 because 4 is more, but we're comparing for less this time. We're looking for the number that is the least. How about 5 and 3? Which one is the least? 3. 3 is less than 5. How about 8 and 9? Which one is less? 8 is less. 10 and 7. Which one is less? 7 is less. 6 and 8. Which one is less? 6 is less. Wow, you guys are fantastic. So smart. Let's go to our very last page. And boys and girls, this is the last lesson before our test. We will take a test when you are in school the next time. So let's see. John has a number of apples that is greater than 5 and less than 7. Let's start with that one first. Okay, let's see. I think a number line is going to help me. So I'm going to just write from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to go up to 9. I need a number line. Okay, so John has a number of apples that's greater than 5. So we're starting here, starting at 5. So it's greater than 5. So it could be 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. But it's less than 7. So we're talking about these two numbers. He has apples that's greater than 5, but less than 7. So how many apples does John have? He has 6. Go ahead and write a 6 right there. Now, Cody has a number of apples that is 2 less than 8. Let me erase these two lines here. So on this side, Cody has a number of apples that is 2 less than 8. So let's start with 8. Which way am I going to go on my number line if it's less than? I'm going to go to the left if it's less. So 2 less. 1, 2. So how many apples does Cody have? He has 6. Very good. Now, that might have been a little tricky. Mom or Dad could go over a couple other word problems with you and have you do a little more practice. But let's compare those two numbers. 6 and 6. What do you know about 6 and 6? They are the same. What's that math word or math term we use? We use our hands to give that signal. Equal. They are equal. 6 is equal to 6. They are the same. Let's, at the bottom here, I'm going to give you two numbers. Are you ready? The first number I want you to write is 5. Over, down, and around. Most of you are 5. And the second number I want you to write is, 3. Could you make a 3? Now tell me, let's compare these two numbers. What can you tell me? Did you say that 5 is the biggest number? Did you say that 3 is the smallest number? We can, let me put my 3 back up here, sorry. We can compare them and know that 5 is greater than 3. Sometimes it might help some of you to see that. If you're not getting it, I'm going to draw 5 counters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Which one has less? 3 has less, and 5 has more. I'm going to teach you a symbol. We say that alligators like to eat the biggest number. So I'm going to show you the alligator eating. He's going to point at the little number and try and chomp. I'm going to put some teeth in here. Try and chomp up and eat that big number. This says 5 is greater than 3. or 3 is less than 5. That's another symbol we'll begin talking about soon when we compare numbers. It's a greater than or less than symbol. I'm going to do it without the teeth so you can see what it actually looks like. It's just like a triangle without the half. It's going to be the biggest. It's going to eat the biggest number and point to the smallest number. So 5 is greater than 3. All right, if you need a little more practice, boys and girls, especially using a number line, go ahead and do that this afternoon or this evening with mom or dad before we take our test that will be coming up. So you're going to be comparing numbers. You're going to need an adult to tell you whether to circle the greatest or smallest number. And then we'll begin our test. All right? Well, good luck, boys and girls. If you have any questions, make sure you ask your teacher before the test. And have a great day.